So let's talk EBITDA multiple. What is an EBITDA multiple and why does it matter for your business? Well, the first thing to say is the EBITDA multiple is how most businesses would calculate their potential exit. So the EBITDA multiple works in a way that it is a multiple of your profit or a multiple of your EBITDA. Your EBITDA being your earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization. So what we're looking to do is figure out what would the potential exit value of our business be in our niche, in our sector, based on the EBITDA or the profit that I have in my forecast. And this would give us a sense of what your exit valuation would be, what your company would be worth on exit. So the way that this is calculated is that some clever people have gone around and they've researched some deals, and you can usually find this research online. So they've researched exit deals and they have looked at, in a particular niche, let's say in B2B SaaS, B2B tech companies or insurance tech or whatever it may be in your niche. They've researched the recent exit deals and they've looked at the value in which the deal was done, what the exit valuation of that business was, and they've looked at their current financial position, what's their current EBITDA. Once we know those two figures, we can work out how much bigger is the exit valuation versus the EBITDA. And then you get your EBITDA multiple. So for example, you might have a 5x multiple for your industry. You might have £1 million in profit, and you apply that 5x multiple and you might be able to sell your business for 5 million. That's how much the market would currently value it based on current exit deals and looking at the average. Now, obviously there's going to be people who achieve much higher than that. They have enough in place in terms of assets in their business to command a higher EBITDA multiple. There's also plenty that will get a lower EBITDA multiple. Now, you'll be aiming to get higher than the average, but it's a good idea to base your potential exit value on the current industry average. So we can see as we look at different sectors that there would be different levels of return. So a typical consultancy that has no recurring revenue might get a 1 or 2x return on their EBITDA. Whereas we look at a SaaS company, a high-tech, scalable SaaS company might be getting more around 20 or even 30x on their EBITDA. It's much higher value, and that's why investors like to invest in those types of businesses over your standard and typical consultancy, because they're going to get a much higher return for the levels of revenue and profit in the business. So once you've worked out that ratio, you can then figure out your estimated exit. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to research your exit multiple, your EBITDA multiple, look at your forecasts and determine what your potential exit valuation would be? Because the forecasts are quite, are obviously finger in the air. We don't know exactly whether or not they're going to happen, but you have a good idea of where you're trying to get to. You have your financial vision, and this is what we're trying to achieve with the company. Why do we then need to add another speculative exit value on top? And the reason you might do this is to first sense check your own forecast to make sure they do deliver the investors a return. We've had it where one client we were working with sent us their attempt at their forecast, and their growth was such, and the deal that they were trying to do right now in terms of the valuation of their business for the investment in their first round versus the growth that they'd mapped out for a 5-year period resulted in a really small return for investors once you applied the industry exit multiple, the industry EBITDA multiple to their profit, to their EBITDA. And there was only about 2x uplift in valuation, in return for the investor. And we know that most angel investors are looking for sort of a 10x to up to 30x return. Most VCs are looking for 100x or more. So it just wasn't pitching growth at a level that was going to excite investors and give them the type of returns that they're looking for. So we knew instantly by doing this calculation there was something wrong, and the forecasts and the business model needed to be adapted to allow the company to generate more revenue, more profits, so that the investors could get the right type of return. So it gives you a good opportunity to sense check. And when you're dealing with angels who are perhaps new to the game, lots of angels are new to the game, they've never done this before, you might be talking to your friends and family, your industry, your network. Maybe they're looking to invest for the first time with you because they support you and they want to be involved in what you're doing, and this is their first time in angel investing. Well, you can use that EBITDA multiple and that calculated exit valuation as part of your pitch. You can talk to those potential investors and you can say, look, this is our financial vision. This is where we feel the company can go. This much revenue, this much profit. When we look at our industry exit multiples, we've done our research. We know that in our industry, we get on average a 10x return. This is what we believe our exit valuation will be when it comes to exit in 5 years' time. And therefore, you'll be getting an X return on your investment, and it will reassure your potential investors that their money's in safe hands. You're financially literate. You understand kind of where you're heading, what you're doing, what you're trying to achieve in terms of the exit value, in terms of the growth you need to achieve to get that level of exit value. And it will just do you wonders in terms of being able to reassure your potential investors that you're over the numbers, you understand the end game, you understand what you're trying to achieve, which is to exit the company and deliver them a return. That's your sole focus, and you have all the numbers to hand, you've done all the research, you know what you're trying to achieve. So that's EBITDA multiples, that's how they work. Go away and research your EBITDA multiples for your industry. We do have a blog post on the Robot Mascot blog that will explain EBITDA multiples to you in terms of different sectors and different categories and what they might be. So do check that out if you're interested. And good luck. Good luck with your investment campaign, and good luck in figuring out what your exit multiple might be when it comes to selling your startup idea. Speak soon. Bye.